Hi, this is Rachel Fiore doing the second grade content. So once again, I've copied the front page of the content for second grade and highlighted some key differences and points about this content compared to other content in the earlier grades. In this content, in this grade, students are going to be starting to learn to ask questions. If we looked at kindergarten and first grade, there was some of that, but mostly about observations. Also in this grade, they're starting to use some measurement, length, weight, and time intervals. You'll see this when they talk about mass and when they talk about speed. So this has been the first time that we're starting to use really measurements to compare things. In the second paragraph, we can see kind of the themes, pushing and pulling, motion of the sun and its effects on sun and the moon and its effects on Earth. We can also see that we're starting to see material that has already come up. So the students should have prior knowledge. If it's a whole school experience, then the students in kindergarten would have had some experience with both of those things. And then we're starting to look about physical properties of matter again, but now we're starting to pull that together to pull with like solids, liquids, and gases. And then we're going to go ahead and look at changes caused by humans, plants, and animals, and weather, and life cycles. Standard is life cycles. This has not really changed from the current second grade GPS. The only thing is it's a little bit more specific about saying that you should plant a seed, and that's something we've been talking about for a long time, but it actually says it. So as far as life cycles of different organisms, I've written some things here, and the other thing, well, the other thing is I haven't specifically laid out the different life cycles because honestly this is where teacher decisions come in, and so there's not one right life cycle to do for this. I mean, classically people will do something like, it does say do a mammal, it does do bird, frog, and insect. So classically people will do a frog, or I'm sorry, an amphibian. They will classically do a butterfly, but you don't have to. You can do whatever insect you want. You can do whatever bird you want. So the key is that you're finding, or your students are maybe finding an interest they have in a certain plant or animal, and then they're learning about the life cycles. But there's some important kind of, I think, conceptions to really stress is that not all plant and animal life cycles last the same amount of time. So some animals live for a very long time, like 300 years or 200 years. Some of those tortoises out there. Some plants like these sequoias live also hundreds of years. And some things like a fly or a worm even might live, I don't know exactly how long flies live, but I'm thinking like 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm not sure exactly. I have to look that up. Anyhow, so the key is that we want to talk about it being a repeating cycle, just like we're looking at patterns throughout the moon phases and the day and night and patterns of life cycles. And so basically the only other thing that they've really added is this idea of pollination, which is design something that can mimic pollination. To me, that's kind of an unusual one. It's definitely coming from the next generation science standards, but I think the key of it is understanding how animals and plants interrelate, so that it is not just like animals are over here and plants are over here. So we need animals. As animals, we eat plants to survive, and plants actually need animals to survive as well, because they need help. Sometimes wind and water can take seeds certain places, but sometimes, like with pollination, we have to actually get the seed started in the first place, and that's where animals can come in. So that is the second grade standards. If you have any questions, please contact me. Thank you.